So, we talked a little bit about the idea of evolution and growth versus improvement and excelling. So, if you think about evolution, okay, so who can define evolution for me? Type what you think of when you think about evolution into the chat. When you're thinking about evolution, what do you think of when you think about evolution? And the thing about evolution is that evolution happens without us making any effort, right? Evolution and growth actually happens. Every day we wake up, we're a day older. Every day our hair is growing longer. Every day we are moving from, a child to a youth to an adult to an elderly person. So that growth and evolution happens to us no matter what we do. But the idea of improvement is more deliberate. It's intentional. You're moving from one level to another level. And the idea of excelling is actually being super, super intentional about that growth. Okay, so what I want us to be thinking about and focusing on is how do we switch from just evolving and growing into continuous improvement, moving up to the next level and then the next level and then the next level. And when we're looking for people, we want people who are interested in excelling, not people who are just looking for growth a little bit here and there. Those people are great and they're fine, and that's also okay. But you actually want to find some runners. You want to find some people who want to excel. You want to find some people that are always improving. And we need to be those people ourselves. How do we become those people? Well, number one, we need to read. All right. We need to read. We need to really pay attention to our personal development. Very, very important. If you have not been on our app yet, if you have not been on our website, you need to go there. There's a lot of books and personal development. There's audiobooks, there's videos. There's a lot that you can be listening to, that you can be growing. But you can go and find your own books for personal development and growth as well. So we need to be growing ourselves. I am really trying to get in the habit. Even if it's only 10 pages a day, it's what I try to do before I sit down at my desk and start the busy work. I try to actually read my 10 pages, be thoughtful about taking my notes. Sometimes I read more, usually as I'm getting ready in the morning, because I can't read when I'm, having a shower or brushing my teeth or getting dressed. As I'm getting ready in the morning, I'm also listening to some kind of audio that is either an audiobook or it is the accelerator program that I'm in that sometimes I don't get to that night. So I listen to it the next morning as I'm getting ready. So by the time that I'm actually sitting down and starting to work on my work for the day, I've maybe already consumed about at least 45 minutes of personal growth activities between reading, listening. I've done that already. So every one of us needs to be that personal growth if we want to improve, if we want to keep getting up to the next level, if we want to excel in our lives and in our business, okay? And then there's another idea that we talked about that I really want us to get very, very clear. And that is the life cycle of business, okay? Of any business, not just our business, but any business. For those of you who are just getting started, right, in new markets, I know we have Deborah's here from Kenya. We have some of our Tanzania associates, some Uganda associates. When you're in a market that is just getting started, okay, or any business that's just getting started. So think of a new market as a new business, but any business life cycle looks like this. The first thing is development. Okay, so either a product is being developed or a market is being developed. During that time, usually there's not much money being made because it's under development. Maybe you're investing, maybe you're working at developing the market, and maybe you're even putting in more effort, more resources than you're getting out. That is absolutely normal. That is the first stage of any business. The second stage of any business is market penetration. Okay, this is when you start to see the business picking up traction, right? You're seeing that people are starting to accept. You're pushing your products and what you have to share into all the nooks and crannies of the market, right? Getting people used to them, getting people accepting them. I remember when I came to Nigeria, there was no market acceptance whatsoever of network marketing or supplements. The moment you said those two words, there was a big fat no. They wouldn't even listen. But then as we started to penetrate the market, people were understanding the power of what we have with our products. It now became very common. Now the only thing you hear in Nigeria when you mention our products is, wow, they're really, really good. Okay, you might hear they're expensive, but you always hear that they are very good, very high quality. Yesterday, I was with one of our associates who said when he took all of his bags of medication to his doctor and even his pharmacist, they both said, oh, you're on Max products, that's excellent. Stay on those products. Because people recognize that they are good products, okay? So that's market penetration. And the third phase, the first phase is development. You might be putting more in than you're getting out. Second phase is penetration, where you're getting your name known, you're getting your products known, you're getting your business known. The third phase is growth. Okay, this is where you're going straight up and you're thinking, wow, is this ever exciting? It's like no matter what you do, it's raining money. It's just growing and growing and growing. Now in Nigeria, we had that growth in like 2018, 2019. We were growing like crazy. Okay, we were growing at 200-300% in a year. We were just going all the way up. But the mistake that many people make is that they think that growth, that straight up curve will continue forever, and it doesn't continue forever. It never, ever, ever does, because the fourth phase is maturity. Okay, where things stabilize. Okay, they stabilize. It can be at a very good level, but then guess what has to happen in the fifth phase? Either there will be decline or there will be new growth. And what do you think the difference is between a market that has had a lot of acceptance, has had a lot of growth, and is now in maturity? What do you think the difference is between going into a decline and going into a new phase of growth? Okay, if you think you know what that difference is, type it into the chat. There's one thing that is going to make the difference between going into decline or going into a new phase of growth. And this is the stage that we are in some markets right now, but in other markets, we're just starting the penetration phase. So we have a lot of growth to look forward to. That's why I'm also a proponent of building in multiple markets, because you now have some markets that are in high growth, some markets that are in maturity and about to start the new phase, some markets that are in building phase where you have to maybe invest more than you are getting out. So yes, integrity is great. Okay, excelling, good. The thing that will change your mature market from a decline into a new phase of growth is innovation. Innovation. That means taking something and making it better. And that also means that we have to focus on taking what we have, even when it's working well, and making it better before we need to. Always looking at how do we innovate and make something better? How do we disrupt the marketplace so that the new becomes the standard, the old becomes the obsolete? Okay, so we have to innovate and take things to the next level. And that is actually some of the things that we have been doing in our team. And I'm really excited by it. And I'm even noticing for me that the new has already replaced the old. The old is obsolete for me. I don't even use the old. Now, some of you don't even know what the new is. So we're going to make sure that you're on track with the new very, very soon, because the old is obsolete. Today I saw somebody ask me for a video that was several generations old. I don't know where it is. I don't care where it is. I'm not looking for it. I don't want to look for it. Here's the new. Here's what we're doing, So you always want to be looking for how you can innovate, how you can improve and deliberately take something to the next level before you even need it. That includes you. How do you take your own skills, your own abilities, your own market penetration to the next level, okay, before you even go into that decline phase? So this is very, very important, innovation. And at the end of the day, we all need to be winning. And how we are going to know if we're winning is by the numbers. How we're going to know if our strategies are working is by the numbers, is by our growth, by our business growth. So we need to make sure that the strategies and ideas we are putting in place will actually drive business growth. Now, it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen in a day or 2 days, right? It happens over time, but we need to make sure that we are heading into the right direction, And as we look at the new, we need to be thinking about new markets, new people, a new caliber of person, new ways we go about things, a new version of ourselves. And when we are building something new, the way to sustain that innovation, the way to sustain that new growth is by having some substance underneath it. Okay, you can't just go out and create something new, maybe look at a new way of doing things or attract a new type of person or look at a new market without any substance. It's really, really hard. So that's why you will always see, for example, when I'm looking at a new market, for example, like let's say Tanzania or even Kenya, we look for ways that we can have that market be sustainable. We look for how can we have a pickup center there? How can we have a payment means? How can we get people paid? How can we make sure products are readily available? Same thing that Isaac is doing in Congo, right? Same thing that we're doing in Kenya. How can we make sure that when people want to build something, that it can be sustainable? There's substance behind it. We have systems, we have processes, we have depth. Okay, it's not just a small one-off thing that next time you want to repeat it, you have no idea how because you don't even know the stability on which you built that thing. All right, so make sure that as you're creating new, that you are creating substance underneath that new. That's why I'm so excited about a lot of the tools, a lot of the ideas that we're bringing newly to our team, because they are going to completely change your universe. They are going to be absolutely amazing. Now, when you have new ideas, when you are creating new, and by the way, all of us are creators, okay? We all must be creators. Do not wait for someone else to do everything for you. Be a creator. You are a creator. You don't need to wait for someone. Today, I saw someone ask me in one of the chats, oh, CD Ann, it would be really helpful if we could get a downloaded version of each of the videos in the Max Beauty website so that we could easily share it with prospects. And guess what I said? I said, wow, great, go for it. Go ahead, get them ready and share them here. That would be fantastic, right? Everyone is a creator. Don't wait for me to create something for you. You don't have to do that. You are a creator right on your own. You absolutely are. Now, it doesn't mean you shouldn't be using the tools, the processes, the systems that we have. You absolutely should. But who are you going to be in that process? All right, who are you going to be in that process? And as you're creating new, guess what will happen? New markets, new people, new growth will bring new challenges. And with new challenges become new responsibilities. You now have to figure out how to solve those challenges. You now have to be creative. You now have to be resourceful, right? Someone asked me today, where can I find this? Well, where do you think you could find it? You know what my favorite question is right now? When someone asks me something, I say to them, where would it be if you knew the answer? Or where would you look for it if you knew the answer to that question? Because surely in almost every case, if you actually ask yourself the question, you will always know the answer. You will know where to find a resource. You will know where to find it. So always ask yourself the question, be resourceful, and continue to grow your skills, grow your knowledge, so that you can be resourceful as you continue to create. Okay. Now, what else did I want to share? One thing that's important, okay, for our team, and I'm sad because there are only some of us that are even on this call, and it's fine. We will actually put it onto our YouTube channel so people can come after the fact. But it's also important that people cannot sell what they don't understand. So if people don't have product knowledge, it's hard to talk about our products. If people don't know how to use our new tools, it's hard for them to teach their team members how to use the new tools. So it's very, very important that you learn, okay? And it's also very important that we give our team members opportunities to learn, to guide them so that they can learn and understand, so that they can be equipped to teach others as well. And now you might be thinking to yourself, well, that's all, good and fine. Let's keep ourselves on mute unless we have to talk, okay? I think, okay, great. Otherwise, I'll put us all on mute. So one thing you may be thinking to yourself, because I will tell you that the world is going online. All right. So that means that all of us have to get used to going online. We have to get used to doing more on social media. We have to get used to finding prospects on social media. We have to get used to creating our own personalities on social media. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, I'm not really a social media person. Has anyone ever thought that? If you've ever thought to yourself that you are not a social media person, okay, that you're not used to posting on social media, you don't really use social media that much aside from your WhatsApp. If you've ever thought that maybe you're not a social media person, type me into the chat. Type me into the chat if you ever thought you're not really a social media person. And I'm going to put myself there too, all right? I'm going to type, just pretend it's me. Yeah, a lot of us think that way, right? But here's the problem with that. Okay, the world is evolving. Remember, we talked about that continuous improvement, the excel versus evolution and growth. We talked about continuing to rise and challenge ourselves to get to the next level. The world is digital. The world is absolutely there, and social media is the way to go. That is how other global network marketers are doing business. We have to get on board or be left behind. You will start to see me doing more and more. I'm trying small. My WhatsApp stories are not working right now, which I'm happy about because those were too easy for me. So now it's forcing me to go on Instagram stories and Facebook stories, and you will see me doing more reels, more long form posts, more value type posts. You'll see me doing more. It's way out of my comfort zone and I really have to force myself, but the more we do it, the easier it will be, the more skills we will gain. All right, so we have to get better at things that we don't think we're good at. And when we say to ourselves or to anyone else, well, I'm not really a social media type, I'm not really someone who's that good at talking, I'm not really someone who is blah, blah, blah. Whatever we say to ourselves, that is a self-fulfilling prophecy. And you cannot say those things to yourself. What you must be saying is, I am a person who is getting better at social media every day. You know, I may have shared this story before, but I've done this to myself before. I remember when I was newly divorced and I used to go on vacations with my husband and his two children. We would do a lot of things together, and I was on my own and I was feeling, pretty sad about life. And I took my nephews to Disneyland, okay, with my sister because I wanted to have that family experience. I was newly divorced, and all my life I have said to myself and said about myself, I am not a rides person. So what I pictured was I would take my nephews to Disneyland and they would go on the rides and I would be down watching them. Okay. And when they came off the rides, they would come up and say, "Oh, Auntie Annie, that was fun." And I would say, "Wow, that was great, boys. Well done." So I realized that was not going to give me the joy and happiness that I really wanted out of this family trip. So what I told myself was, I'm a rides person. I like rides. I love rides. And I went on every ride and I had 100 times more fun and more of an experience with my nephews than if I had just listened to my self-fulfilling prophecy telling myself I'm not a rides person. So we can tell ourselves whatever we want to tell ourselves, and whatever we tell ourselves will be the truth. So watch what you are saying to yourself, because you are listening. You are listening, and you need to tell yourself the right thing. I hope that makes sense to you. So we all have to get on board. We all have to be better at social media because it is the way of the future. Okay, it definitely is. Now, one amazing thing we talked about, which I love, and this is going to lead into our retail pricing discussion. A topic that we talked about in our leadership discussion was about entrepreneurs. And true entrepreneurs go to the place where there is the highest return. Okay, they spend their time where there is the highest return. What does that mean for you? It means that if you are looking for a market for our products or our business opportunity, go to people that can afford it. Go to people that have the skills and abilities. Go to people that have the drive, the energy, that want to excel. For people that are buying the products, go to people that can afford it. Look for people that have enough income that can afford the products without too much stress. You know, we looked at the market in Nigeria, and the statistics are going to be similar in any single market. There is going to be a percentage of the population that earns above a certain income level. So in Nigeria, there are 3 million people who earn over $100,000 a year. And there are 20 million people that earn over $25,000 per year. So that means there are 23 million people who can certainly afford our products. Okay, that's a lot of people. That's bigger than countries. And so if you look at your own market, who are the people that can afford the product? How do you target those people? Okay, how do you target those people? So you need to be thinking about that. And we're going to have a retail selling training on Tuesday night. Okay, for anyone who wants to be part of it, I would highly recommend that you do. It is going to be a Nigerian training, but the lessons are going to be applicable no matter where you are. So you want to find people that can afford the product. Okay, that's what you need to be thinking about as far as your target market goes. Very, very important. So entrepreneurs go to where the highest return is. So focus your energy, your attention on places that have a high return. Okay, that's also important. And what I'm going to finish off with here, a couple of points, and then we'll move on to our next segments for this training tonight. You know, if you're doing what you like to do, all right, many of us have said, well, I'm not a social media person. And maybe we don't think we really like to do social media, but if you're doing what you like to do and you're not really getting your results, then do what is right that will get you results and make that thing become what you like. So I'm going to repeat that. If you are doing what you like and it is not getting you results, then do what is right that will get you the results and make that the thing that you like. I will tell you, for me, what I love is being in my house. I love it. I love being here. I love being on Zooms. I love doing phone calls all day. I love sitting in my garden with my coffee, working on our content, on our, business. I love it. If it were up to me, I may never even leave the house, really. But I know that is not what got me to where I was. And I know that if I want to actually build the business again, all right, create more global top income earners around the world and in Africa particularly, then I need to get out and I need to meet people. I need to train. I need to be with them in person. I need to be traveling. I need to be out. And that's why tomorrow I'm starting a 2-month trip where I'm going to East Africa. I'm going to Tanzania for a month. I'm going to Kenya for 3+ weeks, before I head to South Africa for my vacation home. So you need to do what is right and make it what you like. All right. So think about that and think about what you could change in your everyday work style that will become the right thing to do, that you can make what you like. And don't get me wrong, I love being with people. I love being out. I always get so much energy from that, but it's so nice and comfortable to be at home with my coffee and my, my water. And I like that too. All right. Now, the last thing I'm going to leave you with, I said we are all creators, right? So we have some amazing tools. We have an amazing presentation. We have some incredible things I'm going to be sharing with you once again. But I want you to think, what uniqueness do you bring to your business? Who are you that is unique that people can gravitate towards, right? And it might be that you are a retired widow. There's many, many, many other retired widows who you can share your struggles with. Maybe you're a retired businesswoman. Maybe you are, a young doctor who wants to do amazing things in the world, wants to change the world with health. Maybe you are, whatever you are, what do you have that is uniquely you? Why would people want to be around you versus the person next to you? And try to start bringing that into your business, okay? So that you can become someone that people gravitate towards, okay? That will really go a long way. And especially as you start sharing on social media, what is it that people would see when they look at your page? At a glance, what would they actually know you to be about? You want them to know you to be about something when they're looking at your social media, when they're hearing about you. So try to bring your own uniqueness into your business. All right. Underneath our umbrella, of course, we have our mission in maximum impact. Our mission is to impact 1 million families. We always say it starts with you. Every one of you can create your own vision, your own mission, under our overall team umbrella. As long as you are about helping people, impacting people, everything goes, right? It all fits in with that mission already.